Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening to me, wherever you're watching me from this evening. I remain yours, Mr. Big Rich of Big Rich Media House tonight. And today's edition is going to be something different, something you really going to sit down and, enjoy with me. And what is it that special? I'm going to let you know soon. Let's go enjoy this moment with me. Once again, we're live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook tonight with my authentic Oluwabunmi, who will be joining me live tonight. We'll be chatting on African Men on this platform tonight. Please do not go far away. And we're not going to take much of your time. What we do is we pump in straight on to the program. And why I'm pumping to you, that person you'll be expecting, we say, Oluwabunmi. Let's go with her. Hello, Oluwabunmi.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Big Rich.
How are you doing
Good evening,
tonight?
everyone. Welcome to our lovely program, Big Rich Media House. It's good to see you, Mr. Big Rich. It's been a while. How have you been? How is everyone?
It is
And
what
how
it
have you
is.
been doing? I love your cap. This is a summer cap.
Summer indeed, cap. Summer
Any nice,
indeed, cap.
any nice plan for the coming summer? Anything nice? Vacation, event, barbecue party,
Yeah, one thing about life
anything coming
is
up?
if you don't have money, you don't have it. So
Mr. Big Rich.
tell me about it.
Money is pumping.
Money
I'm
speaking.
very sure.
And I'm here
Money is
tonight
speaking.
to let people know what we're up to tonight. And tonight we're up to something great here. And so, how is it in your area there? Let us know.
It's nice, not too bad, good. We are preparing for summer too. Everything is going out fine. We are good. We are bubbling.
Bubbling.
Yeah.
Is it sunny up there or how?
No, no,
How's
no,
it
no,
going?
no, no.
No, door.
Halfway is mixed. Mixed today.
Okay.
A bit windy and a bit sunny, but it's
Wow.
more or less like 14 degree here today.
Okay.
So I won't say it's sunny anyway, but there's a little wind. But we did all, we are enjoying the weather. Not too bad. Good. We are relaxing and enjoying it. It's a nice day. Calm
Oh,
and cool.
okay.
Everywhere is good.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And I can see your face is shining and it's very
Shining
bright.
because I
That
put
means you
more
are
cream
doing
on it.
the weather is very good over there too. You've been having a nice time
Do you know
and
what
you've
they
had a
call
good day
Ori?
today.
You know Ori? Shea butter.
Oh no, I
Aha,
won't take
that's
that.
what I'll be using.
This is not worry, this is real enjoyment.
You don't understand that. This is Ori. And when I say Ori, Ori means let's go. So
Mm.
anyway, yeah. With people who's gonna be joining us live on the YouTube, on the Facebook, on the Instagram tonight, please don't forget, if you're pumping for the first time on this program, do your best to make sure you share, comment, and like. We're not just gonna be here. We want to educate you. It's gonna be all about lifestyle. Do something great in your community, and we are bringing something great to you. Why? We really want you to enjoy with us tonight. Let's go, Oluwabunmi.
All right, Mr. Big Rich, I'm here to you. The program will promise to be interesting, enlightening, educative, and then informative. You all need to sit back, relax, and enjoy every bit of the topic today. We promise you, myself and Mr. Big Rich, the program and today's topic is going to be fun.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Let's pump in because we haven't got time. I know people are waiting to see what's all about. Tell me what's all about African Men.
Wow, Mr. Big Rich, that's a nice topic. And when we talk about our African culture generally, African men, we are deeply rooted. They are deeply rooted. Let me say that. You know, as a man, as you are, you believe so much in culture and tradition. Yeah, the man is the head of the family, the man is the head of the house, the man is the head of the community, the man is the head of the, how will I put it, a specific space, like maybe he's a government parastatal, church ministry. You see it as if it's glaring that the men love to be the head of everything because is an African style. You understand? No one wants to be, oh no, the wife is doing as if he's the man. No, everyone wants to be the head. Every man won't like himself to be subjected. You as a man, you want to lead, you want to top, and you want to be the head. So in this way, when we look at it, African men, I won't say they are not full of pride, but it's the normal culture we have, is the norm. Anywhere you found a man, you believe, oh, let's give a man the opportunity to do this. You understand? For example, maybe when something is being damaged or there is issues, then you want resolution around it. We say, oh, let's call a man, let's get our elders. You understand? Let them come in, let them resolve the issue for us. So this mentality is stick to the men. In the years of our father, maybe let me say like some 100 years back, 150 years back, you will virtually see that the dominance on things, maybe leading or being in a specific position, is mostly led by men. Because then our culture and tradition is really valued and it's very strong then. So, but when we look back to the state of everything today, you can't compare something of 1980s, 70s, 60s like that to the kind of life we are living now. For example, when we look at the kind of world, a community and environment we are living today, we find out that men and women are coming together to compete. Let me put it that way. You understand? Do you understand what?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I do understand.
Unlike those days, back to those days of our fathers, our grandfathers, great grandfathers. But when we look at what is happening in our environment and society today, we find out that both men and women, it looks as if they are competing, and then women too want to find their space. We want to dominate. We want to take charge. Maybe in our various families in our house, we found out that in a way, women are trying to take responsibilities now. When my husband can't meet up with this, oh, as a woman, I want to do this. But based mainly on our African men, back those days, it's deeply rooted. Men want to stand like a man. Yeah, I'm a man. I will take the challenge. I don't want anyone to override me.
Okay,
I'm the man and I'll still be the man.
But do we still have something like that in our community now, in our society now?
No, that's what I'm trying to relate today. I want you to ask me that question because you find out that responsibilities are being shared between men and women now. For example, you tell your wife, oh, madam, you are going to give me a share of this. I want to buy this thing. I need a share from you. You're going to give me a 20% of it.
Okay, let's take it this way. Drop 80%. If your partner or your husband said to you, how will you feel if someone like that, not even your dad or your brother, your husband said to you, babe, you need to, this time around, you need to, back home in Africa, I'm not talking about people in diaspora.
Yeah, you know what's happening, Mr. Big Rich? When we look at our community today and the way everything is evolving today, men can't do all these things alone. Let's bring down the mentality of being the head of the family. Fine. What we now need to do, we need to balance the respect. We need to be open. The kind of life we live today, it can't be done alone by the men. oh, I'm the head, I'm the head, I'm the head. But we still need to mix things together at this stage because things are not really, you can't compare what is happening these days with what has happened in the past. You know, in the past, our grandfathers, our grandparents would go to the farm, they will do they will do all the work, they will bring in everything for their family. Our grandmothers will stay in the house, they will care for the kids, they will do the house chores, go to the market, make food and all that. But we found out today that mostly men, even when the wife has gone to work, most of our women are working now. Let me say 80% of women work. They do office jobs, they do businesses, they trade, they travel around the world. So you found out that the men have to go to the kitchen, make meal for the family, take the children to school, do one or two things. That's what I'm saying. What is happening now, you won't come out and say, oh, I'm an African man. I want to take 100% of all the responsibility in my family because of the kind of life and the environment, the community we are living now. It is not 100% possible. You have to balance it out. So we now see African men now see the African women as a helper. Yeah, Olunolowo, we help ourselves. When I want to do this, you need to, at least in a way, you need to be part of it because things are not really working out fine.
Do
The
you
economy
think?
is not smiling,
I
but we
think
need to live. We still need to live a good life and be the best version of ourselves.
yeah. In my opinion, I think yeah. I might be saying that that might cut out all this respect or the kind respect the wife or husband can give to wife if that continue. But
Mr. Big Rich, there
situation
is no
whereby, yeah, situation whereby we really want to behave as if this is my second half, then the sharing, I mean, to share things within
to share. That is what I'm
can
trying to say. That
can make
we need
sense.
to balance. We need to balance the respect.
But
Or you won't say
as
because
an African man, we always think that we have to 100%, even maybe if not 100, at least 99 or 90% of not even only financial, but responsibility up and down of the family must be taken good care by us, by an African man.
yeah,
But
yeah,
not
yeah.
until people started waking up and said, I know in those days, do we really call it discriminating
No, it's
within?
not. It's not discrimination. In those days, our grandparents, they believe in total responsibility, and it is a culture.
Do
It's
you
like
mean
culture
our,
and transition now.
our
Is that
mothers
we
or
we don't
the
really
fathers?
value it. That is why these days, Mr. Big Rich, there is equality because when a man is being like a man is pursuing something, I want to be a medical doctor. You find out a woman wants to be a medical doctor.
That's why, yeah,
When a man wants to be an engineer, a woman wants to be an engineer.
yeah.
When a man wants to be an even
It's
things
always like that.
that
It's always
that
like that.
is so
But I
there is
believe
now
the culture
equality.
doesn't
It wasn't
allow.
discriminated then because of the kind of the way they think and the way they process things then. But now the men they value women because they believe, oh, what a man can do, a woman can do better. And it's helping the community, it's helping the world because it's not like it's a one stick thing that it's only a man that can drive a plane. It's only a man that can be a pilot. You find out now that we have women that they are a pilot. We have pilot women. So there are some places where you believe you get to see men, but you see women doing better there. So it's not as if it was discriminated then, but now we find it to be an equality. It's an equality thing. Everything has to be equal so that it can be balanced. When you
But
respect value, when you respect culture and tradition,
yeah,
now that was then, but now we value equality that is the standard of the man is equal to the standard of the women.
Are,
because we both can do it together to get to where we want to go, to
are
get to
you
the
not talking?
targeted.
Are you saying this because you're in the Western world? Is it because
No,
you're in
I'm not
Western
saying
world that
no,
make you saying this?
no. Even
Okay. Okay, let's take it this
back
way.
home,
Do you think,
they said
yeah, we we
the
see our
wife
mother.
is going to help the husband. You understand?
Yeah.
We are together to help each other.
That was what our forefather failed to do. Because
Yeah, it's because it's not as if they fail to do that, Mr. Big Rich, but because there is culture then. That's what I'm trying to say.
so
There is
are you
tradition
telling me
and
so
they value. I'm listening.
yeah, okay, your opinion is you're telling me that the culture our culture failed to respect women. Is that what you're saying?
No, they value then our it's because of the way the economic is now, because of the economic situation now, mostly because of the situation of the country. A man cannot do it alone.
No.
That's what I'm
It,
trying to emphasize on.
before now, you know, as assuming I have two wives now, right? And with
Yeah,
these two wives, I believe that I can send them to do whatever I want them to do for me because
yeah.
I am the head and I'm the one who, you know, who bring in the
Share to
largest
the house.
yeah, share to the house, the largest income to the family. So I got the power to control them. And still yet, mostly the religion aspect of it camp most of our women inside the house without being let them, you know,
Having
exercise
freedom to
exercise
do
their
what they
free
want to
yes
do.
their freedom, yeah.
Okay.
But don't you, as a woman, don't you see that as it's not discrimination, isn't it?
It isn't because then life wasn't exposed. Our
Even after,
grandparents are not ready
even
to
after,
they are not ready
even
to go, they are not ready to go to school. They believe in going to the market. Even our grandparents, they believe more in making meals for their husband, washing their they have that mentality because of their exposure back then. You understand? Back then we have the way they live, we are not living that way now. Everything has changed, everything is evolving. So they have their own mentality to like, oh, I will go to the market, buy the food stuff, get to the house, take care of my children, make meal for my husband. When my husband comes back from work, serve him, we gist together, then we go to bed. So it's not as if it's just that it's the way everything has turned to now, because you can't compare, like I've said, 100 years ago, we can't compare what has happened then to what is happening now. Now, as an African man, you need to work hand in hand with your wife, with your children to achieve whatsoever you want to achieve because of the way the country and everything, the economic, everything, the way everything is evolving now. You just need to work together. You need to come to agreements. The wife needs to work, the husband needs to work to be able to meet up with the family needs, to be
okay
able
now
to cope with the
okay
situation
okay
going on.
now let's talk about the African men here in
In
England,
diaspora.
like in diaspora, like the way things has been fall apart. Like most of our men here, do we still have that mentality of, you know, the way our forefather carried the banner of that ego? Do we still have it?
Yeah.
Do you see that we're still having it? Yeah. Or do you see our women having it more than us? Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say that it's on a percentage. Maybe let me say 80-20. We still have some African men that believes in like, oh, I don't want my wife to stress herself. If my wife have a baby, maybe for like a year, she's not going to work. She's going to stay back at home, take care of my baby. Less stress. I will take it upon myself.
Do
I'm
you
going to
mean
work hard.
back home in
So
Africa or here
even
in
even
Western
in
world?
diaspora,
I
Western world,
don't
that is
believe
this
that.
now. This
Okay,
one, Mr. Big
we
Rich, this is based on personality.
okay,
Let me give example. It's based on individual personality. You
okay.
understand? Some people can believe no matter what I do at home and hand is okay for myself and my family for a little period of time because my wife just put to bed and I don't want my wife to stress herself. I don't want her to suffer my child. I don't want our child to go through stress and all that. Okay. The man can decide and discuss with the wife. They will discuss and get to resolution that you're going to stay at home for a specific period of time. I'll go out, I'll work. Maybe for this particular period of time, we are not going to have a savings. We are not going to go on vacation just to provide for the house, the feeding, the accommodation, the feeding aspect of it, and then wardrobe allowance for the main time. It's just like an agreement. Because as I said, it depends on, it's a personal thing, on the personality. Some people don't like seeing their wife, children suffer. But mainly, most men believe in 50-50. Anything we are doing together is 50-50. You are going to put down 50%, I'm going to put down 50%. Not even looking at the effects surrounding the other people's, maybe the health, the well-being and all that, all arise to selfishness that no, we have to do it together because it's not easy. I can't be struggling alone. We have to struggle together. I can't I can't be the only one going to work. So you have to try and work on yourself. Maybe when your baby is 2 months, you try and put the baby in a crèche or get the babysitter. You go into work, you come back, and then we all make provision for the family. So that's why I'm talking about personality here. It depends on how you want to make your family feel, how you want to treat your wife and your child. But mainly, as I've said, 80% of men want 50-50. No one wants to be the head. No, I'm the head. No. No one is claiming that now.
Do you mean the woman or the man?
The men, I'm saying it out to you, Mr. Big Rich. You are not claiming the African men because you can't say, oh, I will take 100% responsibility of the family. I will pay for the accommodation. I will feed my family. I will clothe my wife. I will clothe my children. I will take care of the car and all that. You're not telling me you are taking that 100% responsibility.
Okay, do you see our religion impact in that? Because this is, okay, hang on. Now, in my own case, as a man, right, I do not want to carry everything, every responsibility in the house by myself and put all the burden, even the extended family, on my head. I do not want to do that. But situation whereby you're seeing yourself like an African man that love to occupy everything, every space is in the house. Like you do not want a say from your wife or from your partner. You just want to be the one that will be, coming out with everything.
To rule everything, to be the ruler.
Yeah, people like that, you won't be able to share from your wife, innit? You won't be. You'll be thinking like, if I get something from my wife now, it's gonna be bounce back and keep talking about it later, right? So that's why I say most of men still have that mentality of the way we're doing back home. But here in Western world, you can't do that anymore. We can't do that. So basically, me and you, we're still in the same side. Like, neither you're in Africa, you're in Europe, you're in America, in England, here. Wherever you are, you still have to learn how to, share and work together with your partner or your wife, so that end of the day, there will never be a loophole for
Yeah.
misunderstanding or something that will
Yes. Yes.
cause
Yeah.
you a chaos in the house. But
Yeah.
situation
You're right.
whereby here, the most thing that I found out that ruin most of the family, or that we men from Africa put in our head, is we do love, every man love respect, right?
Yeah.
But I think we're mixing something up with that respect. Like, you do not take your partner, your wife, like your child or your children, or your someone, even people you're working for, your junior or staff at work. You don't deal with them like
Yeah.
anyhow.
Like
So,
shit. Yeah.
but we still have it. We still have that. Like me, yeah, me tough man. Like love, I do not like. Um, I love people to do things at the right time. Like, neither you're the only person I can root to is my wife. I can root to my wife. But we men come all the way from Africa. We don't respect that. We don't. You don't have to be in Africa and Europe before you respect. If you want someone to
Yeah.
respect you,
Yeah.
you have to respect that
That was
person
why I
back.
said earlier that even with the sharing responsibility, a man is sharing the responsibility with the wife, maybe, or like family union or all that. We still need to balance the respect. We need to balance the respect. It doesn't mean because, oh, I gave my husband some money to pay part of my children's school fees, then that gives me the audacity to be rude to my husband, or that gives me the audacity to see
And
myself
I've seen
as a
whereby
man figure.
a man here
Mm.
in England here, this is in England, the guy, the lady said, the wife said, I paid Baba Lagbaja some money, you know, to pay some bills. But end of the day, for more than 4 months now, he has never been paying the bills. And we don't see the money.
Mm.
You understand? And that
Yeah,
caused a big issue in their family. You understand?
mm.
She is working, the husband is working. But
He's working.
the husband believed that no, she is doing much more than him. And he started acting funny. Like when they first got their first car, right? The woman has been earning more than him anyway. So I think more than him. And immediately detected that this lady is, earning more than me, and he started misbehaving. Like, if the base is £100 and the lady put in maybe 60 or £70, he will spend £30 out of that unnecessarily. So they will be looking for the £30 again. So in that aspect, they are in debt. So they,
That means the man is not truthful, and is not being straightforward,
yeah,
and
because
he's not proving he's responsible.
that is it. It's still having that, like do you think you can take control? Do you think you're in charge?
Yeah, yes, that mentality.
And that's what we
And you
have.
can, in a way, you can't do it alone. You have someone supporting you, and still you still cultivating the habit of irresponsibility.
And that's what I say. It shouldn't be this issue. It shouldn't be for people who live in diaspora. It's for everyone, wherever we live
It's
in.
because of the mentality they have. That's why I said I'm the head. Though that mentality, I'm the head. I don't want to hear anything from, even if you are bringing 100,000 or 200,000. I'm still the head,
Okay,
but which is
imagine.
not supposed to be,
Okay, let's take it. Imagine.
because we have to balance the respect, and then the responsibility has to be shared, and it has to be earned. Respect has to be earned from both sides, both from the men and both from the women's side.
Okay,
Both parties, we need to earn respect for taking responsibility of everything we are doing.
Okay, imagine you are the one that you're the husband and your wife is earning more than you. What would be your reaction in the house, or what would be your attitude in the house?
If my husband is earning more than myself, or
Yeah,
if I earn more than my husband,
if your husband is earning more than you.
well, let's look at it in this way. If my husband earn more
No,
than
no, no.
myself,
If
it,
you're the husband and you're earning more than your
okay.
wife, yeah.
Oh, yeah. As the husband, if I earn more than my wife, my wife is my supporter. If not for the situation of the country and the hardship and all that, we are not supposed to trace our women. We are not. But let's look at it that okay, it has happened, it has happened. The husband need the wife's support. If I earn more than my wife, maybe I earn, for example, let's say I earn 150 naira, and then my wife earns like 60 naira. I should show more responsibility. I should give more spending, because in a way, I shouldn't expect her to do anything for me. I shouldn't expect her to take responsibility of taking care of my children, paying my house rent. But in a way, we understand that okay, it's a hard time now. Let's come together to make things work out fine. In that situation, I think I should be able to do 70% and she should be able to do 30%.
Hmm.
If I want to be truthful and I want to really play my role as a responsible husband and a responsible man.
So
On
what?
that basis, I have to do like 70% and my wife will just do 30%. Because from onset, men are known to be the head. But I still found out that some African men, they will humiliate the women, they are going to manipulate them, they're going to hurt them. Some they will beat their wives, some they say sort of things, you understand, which is not a good is not a good thing. And I think it needs to be like we need to make awareness about it so that our men can have that mentality that women are not slaves, women are your helper. We are in your life to help you. No one is perfect. There is no perfect man and there is no perfect woman. I'm going to tell you, Mr. Big Wish, we all have our lapses. No matter how good you have a 10% bad aspect of yourself. If everyone is telling you are a good man, it's a lie.
So
There is
basically,
that part
what
of
you're
you that is,
saying is,
there is a 10% part of you that is lacking moral, that is lacking dishonesty, that is lacking disrespect, that is lacking rudeness. So if you are looking at it from the basis of a man is the head, you need to write the woman. Then if the man is saying, oh, she is wrong, in a way, the man too is wrong. No one is 100% perfect. So I think we need to get it right. If we are helping the men, that does not mean women don't know their worth. Women know their worth, but when you are responsible, you're a responsible woman, you want to take care of your family. You don't
okay,
want
what about,
other people to know what you are lacking. You have to find a way to cover up everything. You work hand in hand with your man to make sure even if people see you outside, they don't even know what's happening. You just find out, oh, this family is living fine, this family is doing this. And it happens in our religious organizations too. It happens in our community, it happens everywhere. Anywhere you have a mixture like maybe a man is the head, you usually find women that is going to support them and make sure the ministry does not fall. Make sure the maybe like the head of the like all these our kings and all that, they have women supporting them to make sure they cover up the shit and there is no disgrace, there is no issue, there is no like things that can cause damage. You understand? Women are supporting men. Women is the support system our men have. So not mainly even in the family. It's everywhere, in everything, every sector. When you have a man, there should always be a woman that is going to work hand in hand together with them to make things work out perfectly.
yeah, you see, Station.
we are not still disputing the fact that African men are ahead, but there are so many things surrounding it. If you still want to remain the head, it's going to have a positive effect, a negative effect, and it's going to have a lot of loopholes. And at the end of it, no achievement.
Yeah, that's
Mr.
a
Big Fish,
okay.
are
Yeah, it
you
does
getting my
make sense,
point?
but I'm trying to say it the other way. Which other way
Okay.
do I want to see it? I want to look at it this way: like, imagine you're my husband and you like to use your veto power on me all the day, all the time, right? In that case, I'll see myself like someone who is not safe in it. And
Yeah, yeah,
if I'm your wife, I'm not safe. I became
yes,
a slave
yes,
in my house, in my home. I become a slave, and those are the things that I believe the woman in Africa has been facing for years, and we
yeah,
still
yeah,
have that. But you're talking about
yeah.
awareness. Do you think?
Yeah, we need, I'm just going to suggest, we need to make a modern awareness. It's modern. We are in a modern world
But
now.
most people are doing it. It's not
Yeah,
visible.
it's
They
just,
don't do.
we
They
just,
don't see what they're doing.
we
Like
just need
people
to
who are
keep
doing it.
speaking awareness.
No, anger. People who
Mr.
are doing it.
Bigwitch,
People who are
yeah,
doing it somewhere that you don't see it. No matter how much awareness sent outside there, they can. There's some animal in human skin
okay.
that they
I
still.
want to, I want to, I want to, I want to, uh, um, I want to expatiate a bit more on that modern awareness I'm talking about. You know, no matter where you are, even if you are not exposed to the internet, you don't use the phone, there are still some gathering you can make in your local areas. We have the community gatherings, we have religious gathering, we have social gathering, we have a lot of gatherings, we have a lot of things we do to bring people together to talk about this kind of issues, and especially that has to do with, maybe at the end of the day it has negative impact on other people, affecting their mental health, affecting their daily activities, even affecting their life as a whole. So when we are creating awareness, it doesn't even mean internet. It doesn't even need to start on the internet. It can start by me and you. You can just sit by someone, you chat with the person, you talk about it. The person talk to the next person talk to the next person. You can go to an area, you just discuss with someone about it, that we need to talk about this. Fine, men, we understand that African men, according to our culture and tradition, they are the head. But they need to value our women more. That mentality should not be there. They need to value our women, because in this way, you share your opinion with them, you chip in so many things, you know. Rome is not built in a day, but there is a way we can start. It's a gradual way. And I believe there is nothing impossible, and there is nothing you start, and if it's awareness, it gets to where you want it to get to, because you keep preaching it, you keep talking about
Yeah,
it, you keep
I
saying
do
it.
believe.
It doesn't need to get to the newspaper, it doesn't need to get to the TV before
Yeah, I
it
do
even
believe
gets to the
in.
grassroots.
I believe in passing the message round, but station whereby we still have a lot of people in there. You know, like even here in England, we see. I was on the one day like that on the bus, right, going on the bus. I'm sorry, yeah, and that's this gentleman from maybe East Africa, or but it's not. They are not West Africa. The way they dress and the tone of the gentleman. So it was yelling like you can see, not like the way people will understand what he was saying, but you see that aggression in him, like when you're warning your daughter or your son or your children about something they are doing. It's like that to his wife. right? And I can see the fear in the eyes of the lady. I can see that fear, like she was shaking, like, you understand? So I feel it,
Yeah, I do.
and people, I mean, one like that, they are not in Africa, they're still in Europe, I mean, in
Yeah.
England here.
You
Do you
know,
understand? So
earlier
when you
on,
see
I
things
spoke
like that,
about yeah, I spoke about balance and respect. That's what we mean. You know, if you believe she is your better half, you need to respect her too. There are so many things we still need to do, which we can help ourselves about that. And then, in a way or the other, the environment, the stay, I think if you notice something like that, let's say you notice there's a family, the man has that mentality that he's the head, and the man maltreats the wife. If they think you can educate the man, you can educate the man about it. That no one is saying your wife is 100% okay to be rude to you, but there are a way you treat women, and there's a way you can treat your wife and do better. You need to respect your wife, because if you're doing this to your wife in the public, and if someone else coming to do this to your wife, talk to your wife in this manner, speak to your wife in this manner, treat your wife in this manner, how are you going to feel as a responsible man? So like that now, Mr. Bigwish, you can actually stop at their stop. You stop with them. You have a walk with them. If you can do that, it's a bold step. You excuse the man. You talk to the man. It's a way of creating awareness. If he's going to
yeah,
listen to you, he's
but
going to
in
listen
that,
to you.
in
And
that,
if he's not going to listen to you, he won't.
no, in
You're going
that,
to say it in a friendly manner and in a nice way.
okay, I do understand you, but here in England, that's another say now your load to work with. In that aspect, I won't be able to, to intervene in such.
In their
If
situation.
yeah, because there's some things that you can easily call the attention of the law enforcement into, in which they can involve. But at that point in time, you're not one of their neighbor that know much more
Yeah.
about, or a
Yeah,
family,
much
or
information.
that,
Yeah, to
you
give.
understand?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it's just
yeah, yeah.
pumping, it was just an observation from me, like things might not be normal that way. And even though if I'm gonna call attention of the authority to such, it's still gonna be something else, like asking some questions. I mean, answering some questions, like it
Yeah,
won't be
and
necessary for
which you
me
don't
at
really
that
know
time.
much
You
about
understand?
them. Yeah,
So, but what I'm trying to bring out here is, when you're seeing people fall into that trap, what I usually say to men here, every man, every African man here that knows, patient can pave a way sometimes for peace. But situation whereby we all, I know some women, they were like, they they were like, I don't want to call them animal, like mine in animal suit as well. So
yeah, they
it's,
don't listen.
it's same. Like you got some men that they don't care about your life, and we got some women outside there that don't care about your life too.
It's vice versa.
So it can happen. But what we try to bring is the way we've seen it in Africa. We've really seen it. Like the religion have put more pressure on the woman back home in Africa. The religion. Forget about the culture. The culture make, according to what you say, the culture make men and women to respect each other in those days.
Yeah.
Because it is hard. It is hard to
The
see
women respect their husband,
our
the husband love
forefathers.
their wife
Yeah,
and provide for the family.
it will be hard. It is hard to see our forefather, right, going to farm or carry something, or see their wife or their children crying where their wife is busy without them getting up and quickly assist.
Taking care of them. Yeah.
Do you understand? And going to farm,
Yeah.
they go together the help. That what you're carrying is too much. Put a little bit down. I will do this. I will do that. But that is our forefathers. If we still have such mentality in our own days, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, doesn't
If
make sense.
we still,
Because the world is evolving and
yeah.
we are open to new things, new life. Everything is just changing. Everything is changing. Everything is
I got a
changing.
friend who has Siri. He asked Siri one day. He said, "Siri, how can I get rid of my wife?" Right? And Siri answered, and another one asked, "What can I do to make my wife happy?" And he said, "Nothing you can do to make your wife happy than to be more patient." You understand? So if you
And be
respect,
responsible.
yeah, if you respect your wife will respect you. If you respect your wife, your husband will respect you.
Bless you.
But
Yeah.
if you're one of them still got that African ego, you're here to, you know, to give some jab. So anyway, in your own opinion, what you're saying is the way we be living here in England, I mean in diaspora and
In
back home in
diaspora,
Africa might be different, but if people are still
it
living
might
their
be it
life,
might be different, but it's a modern life now. It's a modern life now. So even back home, it's 50-50. You need to help your husband. You need to help your partner so that things can work together.
so what happened to the
It's
husband
not
and
easy.
wife of the people who pumping, talking about even let me see, yeah, people who migrate from, especially people who are pumping from Africa and down here with their
Who
with
migrated
wife.
to the
Yeah,
Western world.
yeah. Now
Ah,
they
it's
still go,
it's women supporting men now. It's still women supporting men.
but we still have some men like feel like eh, to if you don't do this, you're done. And we still have some men, I
And
mean women, that will say if you don't do this, well, you're done. Don't you think
yes,
it's still
yes,
part of
yeah.
culture?
I think it's all boiled down to our moral. Let me say that it's not culture. It's just there are some things you just use your common sense to do. It has nothing to do with your culture. It has nothing to do with your tradition. It's just common sense. It's just the moral you have. You understand? You just see your wife. Oh, this woman has been working for 5 days. Oh, just tell her, oh, my dear, I don't want you to work Saturday, Sunday. I want you to rest. Don't worry. I'll try to do more. You understand what I'm saying? From my own perception of moral, that you've seen that, oh, this person has stressed herself much. She's not lazy, but you can still try to restrict her in order not to overwork herself in a lovely way to show you care and to show you value the person. But some men don't care. If you like, work from first to 31st of the month. Just make sure you drop something on the table for us equally. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's all come down to our moral, then the value you have on the other party, your partner, how much you value the person, how much you want to see the person look. Oh, you just want her to work herself out, and maybe in the next 5 years she's looking like an old woman. You understand what I'm saying? So it depends on the way you educate yourself, how you want to present your wife, the respect you want to have for her, the value you want to put on her, and then your moral to think, use your common sense, and relate things in a good way, in a better way.
But
That is
situation,
going to be of benefit for the family, the children, and everyone.
but situation whereby you find out that I'm earning more than you as a woman, and you go home in the evening, you'll be moody, or you feel like your husband is getting a lot of responsibility outside there, like maybe the extended family or something like that, and you see yourself like he doesn't even look after the family here. His immediate family is looking after. In my own
There
case,
is a
if I
question.
wake up in the morning, right, and like 5 o'clock and go to work and come back home, and my wife said to me, even on my way back home, if my wife called me and said, "Mommy, you need to do this for me on your way home," I don't hesitate. I just want to do it. So because on the day that I will call her and say, "Mama, you need to
You
do that,"
did this
she
too.
won't say no to me. And
It's
I won't,
equally. That is,
yeah,
you
I
see,
won't even get
you
home.
balance it.
Yeah, I won't even get home and feel like I'm tired. I want to get home and make them smile, make them happy again.
Make them happy.
I want to go home and, play with them and, do some, you understand, like,
Yeah, some
yeah,
activities with them
crack
to make them
some
have
jokes.
a nice and relaxing mind.
So I do
Start
not,
jokes
but
with them,
yeah, I do,
drink
if,
together, eat
yeah.
together, have a little activities before each party goes to bed.
And most of we African men, we don't do that. We don't learn how to. We believe that we'll be stressed outside there before we get home. So we
So you
believe by
just
the
get
time
home.
we get home,
Did you
we're
understand
tired.
what I was talking about?
Yeah,
You see what I was talking about
yeah,
moral now.
yeah, yeah,
Because you have a good moral.
yeah.
You know what is good. You understand. You know the settings. You understand the assignment because you have the moral. You value your wife. You value your kids. You respect them. So I think everyone can do that, no matter what. No matter what
It
the
would be
situation. No
ideal
matter
for
what you're
every
passing
man
through.
outside there, every African
Yeah.
man, to make sure. Don't I know we go to work, we work
And you know
hard.
all these things we are talking about, upbringing has a lot to do about it.
Yeah,
Because even our men,
but who are the
most of
people
them, they don't have a good, they are not brought up in a good way,
you mean
and
the
they are not
men?
trained to love. Yeah, maybe most of them grew up in a family that they don't feel loved. Their parents don't love each other. Their mother, their father is not in it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes all these things correlate with that. When you're in an environment that you've never been loved, you've not seen how love is played, you've not seen how one person can make one person happy, you understand? So those kind of trauma, sometimes when you get your own space, in a way, it affects you.
Mm.
That is why we need a lot of programs, awareness. We need to talk about this African men mentality. People need to know a lot about it because the more they have awareness and know about it, the better it's going to be.
Mm. Yeah, it
You
does
don't
make
just
sense.
100%, I'm a man, I'm the man. No, 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 no. Things have to work together. You have to balance everything together. The left and the right. They said, can two work together except if they agree? No. Everything has to balance together. The equation needs to be balanced. No one is taking the leadership role from you people. We are not taking the role
So
as
men
the head,
outside there, if
as the
you're
leader. They
yeah,
are not taking it from you, but try to balance and striking and balancing respect us, and then awareness needs to be made. Respect your wife. Respect your wife. Men love your wife. The wife is going to respect you. No one is taking the role from you. The wife can still assist you to balance everything, to make everything work out fine. But your wife needs to respect you, and likewise, you need to value your wife and take out that mentality that no, I'm the head. No, no, no. It's not going to make things work fine. Instead, it will be getting worse.
yeah. What gonna add to this is, please, every man outside there, and uh, no matter how tired you are from your work, from your daily bread, please don't bring that the what's it called, the tension.
That attitude,
Yeah,
that
that
tension.
yeah. Don't bring it down home to your family, right? Some people don't like to like.
Don't
We've got
come home,
yeah,
Mr. Big Rich, and frown your face and frown your house and your eye as
yeah.
if, oh,
I,
no, madam has
sometimes,
asked me
sometimes,
about one money in the
sometimes,
morning.
sometimes I do
I want
that.
to do sakame maje for madam. I don't want her to ask me in the evening. Just frown your face, you act funny, you just close your eye, you do as if no.
Sometimes I do.
What's it called?
Someone has a question here. It says, okay, this person said, oh, okay, we don't want. Oh, this person said, what happened if I've been working for 60 hours and I need a day to rest, and now my wife is telling me to take the child to the school. Wow. Okay. You see, imagine things like that. Imagine if you know it is wow. It's responsibility of every one of you to take that responsibility as an action within. If you believe you're working 60 hours a day and you need a day to rest, and that day that you need to rest is a school day which you have to take your child to school, I believe that your family should be the priority. So the sacrifice you should make, this is my own opinion, is to take that child to
Okay.
school. You're not gonna sleep at school, isn't it? You're still gonna come home. At least you're
Yeah.
not gonna
Yeah.
die for
It's
not
just to
sleeping
drop the
for
child
that
in school.
45 minutes you're going to school and come back. I do not know how far is the school to you, but we need to make some sacrifice for our family rather than that's
Then,
just my
Mr.
opinion.
Bigrish, I want to
Yeah.
add something that it has to do with understanding. It's a very good question, but everything boils down to understanding each other. Probably, maybe the wife is going to work that day. The wife wants the husband to take the child to school. It's just understanding. You understand when both parties understand each other. The wife is not claiming right. Likewise, the husband is not claiming right. The child is for both of them. But in the situation, you understand yourself. Oh, what's the priority of doing this? Is my wife having something important to do? Okay, if what my wife wants to do is more urgent and important, all right, I can take the sacrifice. That is understanding. You get me, Mr. Bishop, are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
If
Yeah.
that understanding is deep, it won't be an issue. Just like, oh well, she has something urgent and something important to attend to. Let me take the child to school. I will come back and have a rest. But in a situation whereby the wife is not doing anything, I'm
Yeah,
just
but
looking at it vice versa.
in that case, it means,
Maybe the wife is not doing anything,
and
and then the wife is just like,
but it won't be
maybe
like
I've done
you're
it for
working.
5 days. It's your right today.
Yeah,
Then on that, it's not being fair on the man.
on demand.
Which
Yeah,
is probably if the wife is claiming because she has done it for a particular day, not thinking about the well-being of the husband, yeah, the like how the husband feels after working for such hours, then it's not fair on the man. But in
that's
a
a
way,
good
why
one.
they strike and balance everything together, probably the wife is busy, needs to attend to an urgent appointment. The husband can take the child to school in few minutes or seconds. The husband will be back at home and going to have the rest. It's based on understanding each other. It's not here that we are saying, "Oh, I'm the head." No, it's not. You are not fighting for right now, but it's just to understand each other's priorities.
Yeah, that makes sense. This evening, as if that happened to be me, right? I need to see what you're doing anyway before you ask me to. I need to accept if you're not busy or you're not doing something, that something tangible, like we can see, like you're busy. You can take that child to the school. Yeah. But if not, as Bumina said earlier on, that not be fair on the man. So if that is the case, please, gentleman or that lady, please do your best, do that great sacrifice for your family. That is your heritage, what you're working for, whatever you're doing today. If you don't put your family, at first, then you're done on it. So tonight, we're going to call it a quick, but before then, Oluwabumi, the summer is here. What say that you're having?
Oh wow! Well, if no one is claiming is the head of the I'm the man, I think I'm going to have a nice vacation. I'm going to have a nice vacation. Yeah. I'm going to
That's a
travel
good one.
outside the country and have a good time.
That's
I'll
a good
travel
one.
abroad to have a good time.
That's a
And
good
then we
one.
won't stop. We need to on the topic we discussed today, Mr. Bigwish, before lest we forget, it's a very good topic. We need to try and make awareness. We need to help our people, even in our community environments, when we notice like things are not going the way it has to be. It's just a little word of encouragement. You can just talk to someone, you can enlighten people. You can just some people will say, oh wow, and I'm not seeing it this way. It can just be a simple word, just one or two things you say, and it's going to change people mentality about seeing things in a certain ways. And then as African men, we need to work on our moral. We need to value our women, we need to respect them. That's all women need from you. And then to the women, we need to be respectful to our husbands too. And we need to always prioritize things, not looking at it as if he's the head. He has to do everything. We need to work together with our man to make things work out so that everybody is going to have a good and successful life. The life is worth living when we understand ourselves. We use good sense of belonging to relate with each other, and then we understand each other priorities. I think we are going to live a good life and we enjoy ourselves and we have less issues and less um, problems around. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
So
that
we need to
makes
work on
sense.
creating awareness and helping each other.
That makes sense. As I'll be, if your my own is, if you think you have what's it called, you have iron in your hand, to box that lady, or you lady to box that man, keep it up. Don't forget, those children are watching you. Whatever you're doing today, Bumi just made mention something before we go. She said, maybe most of the men that are behaving or acting that way, maybe they were brought up in the family where they are not being loved. So if that is the situation and you're doing it to your kid and in front of your kids, to your husband or to your wife today, don't forget you're creating another nation of sadness in future. So let's all work together and live a better life, a better community in our own neighborhood. So people can see us
In
and
a
say,
nice way.
this is me, this is my friend, this is my family, and that is my home. On Big Rich Media House this evening, I'm going to close it quick. Bumi, what about
It's
you?
nice having everyone on the program today. We thank you for joining us. I remain Oluwabumi with my Mr. Big Rich. I would love to see you next time to have a nice, entertaining, and informative topic again to discuss. Till then, stay tuned to Big Rich Media House on YouTube. Subscribe and share to a friend, a family, and let everyone know about Big Rich Media House. Till then, bye.
Same here until we see next week. I call it a quit and I say bye for now. Bye for now.